Morning, folks. Right, I'm just going to battle through this. I've stopped and started this video about 4 times now. Next door are killing each other again. So if you're hearing yelling in the background, welcome to my world. It's not even 9:30 in the morning. This has been going on since about 7 o'clock, something like that. Oh, if ever there were 2 people that shouldn't live together, it is them. And there's 2 tiny kids caught up in that. 2 tiny kids, can you imagine? Like, as much as you should keep families together, there comes a time for everyone's health that someone should leave. So anyway, I've actually watched the Jon Wedger a couple of times this morning because he comes out with so much. So let's start at the beginning with this. Now, he could have, this could have gone so differently, and it would have been easy for it to have gone so differently. It wouldn't have been tricky at all. All he would have had to do, at the very, very least, is have a separate bank account. He could have done that. He could have done that. And he could have had all the funds going in, and he could have been open and transparent as to where that money was going. His thing here is, well, we'll get into more of it, that because people have phoned up and complained or written, however they've done it, to Just Giving, now the knife crime charity that he was going to give the money to won't get that money. Now that's awful, right? But if the money was going to go to that charity, he could have had that Just Giving in such a different way, couldn't he? He could have been, Jon Wedger is raising money for blah blah charity, with them being the beneficiary. That would have solved it all. Because he's been having money on Just Giving and varying other things over the years. The Jon Wedger Foundation, all the merch, the mugs, the t-shirts, the cushion covers, like the money's been coming in there. Why couldn't he have funded that walk, his overheads, out of the donations that had already been given to him, and the sole beneficiary could have been the knife crime charity? That would have been the way to go. Or he could have said to the knife crime charity, right, for me to get from A to B on this walk is going to cost me X amount of bed and breakfasts. I've pre-booked them in advance. I've got like the bookings. This is how much it's going to cost. So can you reimburse me out of the Just Giving to cover the actual overheads of doing that? He could have done that. The charity, I'm sure, would have been, of course, we're grateful that you're doing that for us. So anyway, he brought it on himself. He's had, as he says himself, he's had years, a good 3 years run on this. It's a bit longer than that. It's definitely longer than that. Because, yeah, Bill Maloney introduced him way more than a couple of years ago. Way more, because I was overseas. So it was ages ago. He's been kicking around on this scene. In that time, did he open a proper foundation? No, he just got a website and called it the Jon Wedger Foundation. Now, to me, that looks a little deceitful. You could have done that, couldn't you? You could have, in that time, a charity could have been easily set up. But then we've had him over the last year saying, no, he's not going to tell anyone. It's my money. I'll spend it where I want. This is it. You can't have it both ways. And chickens have come home to roost, haven't they, here? So apparently Jon's bowing out. Is he though? Is he? Because it doesn't really sound like that. Because, hang on, I've got my laptop in. Hang on, there was something I wanted to have a look at. Because I noticed it, I actually watched this. Where is it? Here we go. Look, right? Underneath his video on the description, it says, thank you all. Support me by subscribing to Patreon. Okay, why is that on there if he's going away? Underneath that is contact via jonwedgerfoundation.org. This is the one where there is the, give us money. So if he's bowing out, why is that still there? But it is a bit strange because he says, and Dylan, I think it's Dylan with him, isn't it? like, well, like, who's the next person? And they make reference to it. He also says something else that's quite curious towards the end. It's like a rogues gallery. He thanks Bill Maloney. Well, he doesn't thank Bill Maloney. He says, oh no, I don't have to thank him because he's really a good mate of mine. All right. So, but he mentions Bill in the rogues gallery of the people that he needs to thank. He needs to thank Brian Gerrish. Yeah, I'm sure Melanie Shaw has only positive things to say about Brian Gerrish. I'm sure poor Carol Woods, she's made up that she was with Brian Gerrish. He also, like there's a few people, of course, Big Bad Alan Merritt and all the, like all the old characters he thanks towards the end. But he also says, like, this is him saying goodbye. It's, is he just going on a really long holiday because it's winter, and is he coming back? Because he says he's going to do a few things with Bill Maloney. No, just no, not Bill Maloney again. I mean, Bill's getting on a bit. He's had bad health, which I don't wish on anybody. You know, I don't wish bad health on anybody. I think it would be a disaster for Bill Maloney to come back. Sorry, I've only just washed my hair and it's gone like fluffy. It would be a disaster for Bill all round, because people will come out of the woodwork who haven't spoken up about Bill Maloney and how very not grateful they are that they got involved with him. So he's going to do something with Bill Maloney. He then says that he's going to carry on doing podcasts. He then says everyone to get off social media. It's social media. Yeah, he's got some stick over it. But he wouldn't have if he would have opened a limited company. Even if he didn't do that, right, even in the lowest of the low form, he could have showed everyone the money he has coming in, what it went out for, and who it went to. He could have just been open and transparent. Jon has issues with the lady at Just Giving. He hates women who in authority over him. Absolutely can't bear them. He says he's going to get disclosure from them of the people that have phoned up and complained or written and complained. He's going to go higher than her. He says she's incapable of doing her job and she shouldn't be a manager. And he says at the beginning of the video, he says he's having a go, like he wants to say all the people that he can't stand who've called him out. That's fine, because yeah, some people have gone too far with it, like they definitely have, and I certainly haven't, because I've stepped away from the Jon Wedger thing. I had my say on it, and that's been the end of that, moving swiftly on. The same as the Sean Atwood. People keep asking me, what do I think about this one, that one, the other one? No, I don't think anything about it. Like, old news for me. I don't want to get caught up in the toxicness of people coming at you because you've had to say against a popular YouTuber. There's no point. It doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't achieve anything. People have got their own minds, and some people you cannot tell them. You know, you could have all the evidence in the world and you'd still be a troll. And so he says that he's been advised legally not to name anyone. That's at the beginning. And he really wants to. You can tell he really wants to. So he's been told he can't do that. He's been advised that he shouldn't do that by his legals. Then, like, we get further along and he bounces back and forth, left and right. It's difficult to try and like piece it all together. And it's 26 minutes of going back and forth. And then he gets to the Just Giving thing. And he says he's going to get disclosure of all the people who have phoned up and complained. And he's going to name and shame them. Now, hang on, John. 10 minutes ago, you said you've been told that you can't do that by your legals. It wouldn't be good. They're kind of veiled threats, because he knows what happens. If he names people, all his followers, which 99.9% of them have got good intentions, right? They believe him. And that's their personal choice, isn't it? They can believe him. You can have like all of it in front of your face, and you're allowed to disagree with people like me and other people that call like asking questions. It's not calling him out. It's asking questions, and the same questions are there from the very beginning. Yeah, his whole life has been picked apart and put up all over the internet. I don't agree with that. There was a few people I was involved with in the earliness of the Jon Wedger thing that it wasn't right. I don't think it was right, and you shouldn't do that. You know, like, you call him out on why you're not a charity, why the whistle blowing, and you haven't named anyone. And again, he lists people, but they haven't got names. But yeah, that fine, where he lived, and actually that was on the internet anyway, because he's got the landscape gardening company and his address was on there, so it didn't take like inspector work to find that out, and he'd forgotten about that, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure that he'd actually forgotten about that Facebook page and that his address was on there. So yeah, and it did all go around the internet, but it was on there. No one found out. Well, no one tracked it. It was there on Facebook for everybody to see. So he was wrong in that. He was wrong in that. To call out Barbara O'Hare saying that she'd done that, because it wasn't. It was all over Facebook, but it was getting a little extreme, digging into his private life, when actually all it was come on. We believe that you're exploiting victims here for monetary gain. And he wouldn't clear that up. Had he done that and been honest and open, no one expects him to give his time for nothing, right? Nobody. No sane person. But your overheads and your expenses, they come out of that, and what's left goes to helping people, genuinely helping people. But we didn't ever know on a consistent level who he was helping. We know that he had the walks and such, and there was a few charities that got some of the money, but the rest of it went into the abyss of Jon Wedger. He was giving his personal bank details to people. Again, no one exposed that. He was sending people pictures of his bank card. So he went, like, we can't feel sorry for him. I mean, no, we can't feel sorry for him, because he'd just done it all the wrong way. He don't like, and he's had the gardening company. He knows how to run a business. He knows what open and honest accounts are. He was asking for the night vision goggles, the little car, the van, the and none of us could really work out, like, what do you need all that stuff for? All the covert equipment. Well, what's going to happen to that now? Where is that? Is that going to go on eBay and you're going to give that money to the knife crime charity? Like, the van going up, the little car going up, like what? The things that you've asked people for the Jon Wedger Foundation, like, what's going to happen to this? He's not going anywhere, is he? He's just going to go quiet for a little while. He's going to there's probably a lot more to this. Are the police investigating him? I know people have reported him to the police. Probably won't go anywhere. Anybody who's reported anything to the police, you know the 99.9% chance they won't bother. But is this the reason he's just going to duck out for a while and see if that all goes away? There's more to this and he's not telling us. What else does he say? Oh, Millie the dog, yes. The Millie dog gate. It was wrong for him to take a 12-year-old dog on a walk that long. Millie the dog apparently has done more for child abuse than me, you, anyone else. A chocolate Labrador has done more to expose child abuse. Millie had no choice. This is the same. If I want to go somewhere and I take my cat, the cat doesn't go, oh yeah, that would be a really good idea. Should we do that today? No, it gets put in the cat box. The dog got put in the car and was made to do that walk. Like, Millie had no choice in it. What a stupid thing to say. Again, he comes out with I think this was the last one, the last walk that he done, the Manchester Canal Ways, and he's like, yeah, a milli bit of pedophile. So where's the crime reference number for this pedophile? How did he know? Why was he meeting pedophiles? Oh, it was just a happy coincidence, and he's in Manchester, and there's a guy, and the dog bites him, and he's like, oh, I remember you from my days in the Met. You're a pedophile. No, his dog bit someone. And for a lot of people, their dog would get put down for that. It's nothing to be praised about if it even happened. Because Millie looks like, I mean, genuinely, Millie looks like a really cracking dog, doesn't she? She's a sweetheart. She really is. She doesn't look like she'd bite anyone, but what else does he say? Oh, I did chuckle at that. He's going on about people. He's going on about the COVID, and that everybody's been brainwashed. Well, yeah, but you have to be respectful of that. If I see someone and we don't know anyone walking down the street whether they've bought into the whole plague thing and they believe it 100% and are genuinely frightened. We don't know that, so I'm respectful of that. Now, if someone comes over and has a chat, yeah, they're not bothered by it, but plenty of people are. Jon can't see that. Jon can't see that at all. So he's slagging people off who are genuinely frightened of something that I believe is no big deal, but plenty of people do, and you have to be respectful of that. You can't go around scaring people. So he says on part of his walk, the paths are quite narrow. Right, the paths are really narrow here in Portsmouth. Literally, the pavement outside my house is probably a metre. I don't think it can't be much more than that. So you can't keep 2 metres apart. Now, I've walked up and down and people walk past and like, it's no big deal. No big deal. No one's holding their breath. No one's leaping out the way. At the beginning, the parcel man nearly got run over because I opened the door too quick and he sort of leapt in the road and there was a car coming. But people are calmer now. So apparently people were squishing up, like, to keep away from Jon Wedger. Were they doing that because of the COVID? Or was it just because it was Jon Wedger? There was a man who held his breath as he walked past. There was a bike rider who held their hand. Like, I've not seen any of that, and the pavements are really narrow round here. Come on. Like, people were more frightened at the beginning of this, like, I'm sure. But now everybody is calmer with it. But Jon finds the nutters that are like, the path's really narrow and they're terrified. No, they might just be like you. And I don't know, maybe it was just like, wanted to get away from you. Did that happen to you before the plague, I wonder, Jon? You know, over-exaggeration. Did that happen? Probably not. But yeah, so it's there. Day 7, live from the River Avon. So you got 300 thumbs up, 34 down. Should we have a little look at the comments? Let's have a look at the comments. We've got, oh, the baby's crying now. They will keep on trying to shut down Jon Wedger, but this movement is surging forward regardless, all thanks to his relentless pursuit of justice. We all need to do more. Shout it from the rafters, which mean the rooftop, and keep supporting the team in their work. God bless you, Jon, and all people trying to help. So sorry for all you have had to go through, Jon. You're amazing. These people need to be named, and we're looking forward to it. Yeah, because he knows this is what happens. If he names people, these people go after him, and it's not nice. Like, they're not pleasant about it. And it's not a crime to have a difference of opinion, and it's not a crime to ask questions. Now, if he is being hounded, like his supporters hound people, that is wrong. That is wrong. I wouldn't want anyone on here that agrees with me to go and personally attack Jon or his family or anyone else. And there were people doing it, and there probably still are. It was getting like, it was too much. But look, these people there are like salivating over it. Yeah, can't wait. Name them. Then we can go around and we can burn them at the stake. They're all witches, bloody Satanists. Get them all. Anyone that disagrees with Jon Wedger. Oh, God. Hello, Jon. Can you do a video on the dangers of celebrating Halloween and possibly a call out for people to instead treat it as a somber time and reflection like our ancestors had done, with the added caveat that people would do good to be vigilant on this day? Dark history. It has got a dark history, Halloween. We've got another one. Please don't stop the Jon Wedger Foundation. Face. We are proud of you all, and I'm new. Good Lord, I can't read that. It's like, it just goes on forever. Glad the police are helping. Are they? I mean, if he's really getting that much abuse and if he's getting threats, then yeah, the police should be helping him. But it's probably a bit overblown, all that. Don't stop sharing survivor stories and speaking out. I'm going to pray for you very hard. I'm going to pray very hard you don't. Morning Light, yeah, she's or he's saying a bit of sense here. Social media might be a cesspit, it surely is. But it's still the only way the world is learning about these atrocities against the most vulnerable. 100% right there, 100% right. But I don't think it's coming from Jon. And I'm not saying that all of his people he's had on his podcast are liars. I believe incredibly vulnerable people with horrific stories have genuinely told their stories. But the way it's gone of late with all the Satanist stuff and all the rest of it, it's just sensationalist, like ridiculousness. All mentioned here are warriors. What, Brian Gerrish, Bill Maloney? Do me a favour. Excellent job, Jon, for all you do and putting up the good fight. Oh, God. Well done, Jon and Dill. Jon, you are a hero. Oh, God, look, here, really, is he? No. See, people are really invested in this guy. My heart is broken to hear about this. Oh dear, I hope this person. My heart is broken to hear about this. I hope you can regroup and be stronger than ever. I hope you can still keep sharing on a YouTube. I just found you in the last 2 months and it has meant so much. I'm angry that evil has won this battle. Oh dear. And a lot of the followers are victims of abuse, and they see this guy and they believe what he's saying. He is putting himself there as I'm here. Bit like the rhetoric of Bill Maloney. It's just like that. And I'm sorry, but if he really had cared about these people, he could have very easily carried this on for as long as he wanted. And all he had to do was, just like Maggie Oliver, start a genuine charity. She's all about the victims and survivors of abuse. Why didn't he join forces with her and have an up north base with Maggie and a down south base with Jon? Maggie Oliver has got the same amount of respect as Jon has. Why didn't they team up? Like, why didn't the money he was raising go to the Maggie Oliver Foundation, and he could have joined with her and had X amount of money going to the charities that he wanted to support? It didn't need to go this way. There was a million different things he could have done here. Oh God, praying for him. Someone said, just to ask where has the donations, what have you done with it? Oh, like no, yeah, someone's gone, all been returned by Just Giving. Yeah, we know that. It comes back, not the Just Giving donations, all the other donations that have been sent into foundation website that isn't a foundation. Oh, that one didn't get deleted then. Yeah, that won't be there for much longer. Right, I think we get the general thing. You guys can have a look at it yourself. Yeah, I hadn't been looking at the Jon Wedger YouTubes for ages now. I wonder what's going to happen to, what's her name, Louise Dickens, Jeffrey Dickens' granddaughter. She was like well on board with him. What's going to, like, I don't think he's going to go. Do you guys think he's going to go? I think he's going to take a bit of time out from this. Maybe he'll open a charity in that time, or at least a limited company. Maybe he'll think about doing things differently and come back. That's fine. That's fine. As long as he comes back and the shade is all cleared up, or it's a reasonable amount of time, and he comes back and he says, yeah, I absolutely could have gone about that a different way. Can't do anything about the past. None of us can do anything about the past apart from do it differently in the future. Now, if he comes back with that, I'll be like, hats off, sir. Hats off. I don't know. He's got that following. If he makes that platform more transparent and better, why not come back and actually do good, and the charities can benefit, can't they? Right. So anyway, this is nearly half hour long, so I'm going to get off of here. My neighbours have stopped killing each other now. And I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Ironing, I guess. Got a spare day this week. Got a spare day, so hospital tomorrow, and that's about it. I'm going to get the hopefully the last part of Meadows done today, because I've got the time to do it, and I'll probably upload that on Friday. It's my boy's birthday weekend coming up, so I'm not going to be about much, because I don't know what's what with that, but it'll probably be quite a house full here over the next at the end, towards the end of the week and the weekend. So anyway, look after yourselves, and catch up with you soon. All right, bye.